Hell, it's Base Trade TV.
All right, possibly the final match at hand. Hopefully not. I want to see us take it to the ace match. One way or another, though, the score is currently 4-3 in the favor of NewRoSoft versus mYinsanity. And Stardust has been resurrected once again. That's why you see his name twice here today, guys. There's a rule in the Easter Team Story Cup where if you're on your very last life, you may bring back one player that's already played, that's already gone down. mYinsanity's choice with Stardust. At any rate, I'm Rifkin, joined by Penguin today, of course, captain of mYinsanity, and spawning here in the southern location, representing NewRoSoft. Can he close it out? The Blue Zerg Roof.
And spawning in the top left spawn location, playing for mYinsanity, we have our red Protoss player, rather. It is Stardust.
Jurgu.
Roof actually gave an interview on the Take TV stream at the very beginning of the Clan War, because they always do an interview with one person from either.
Yeah, I think that's really cool they do that, actually.
It is. And anyway, so Roof was saying that while everyone on NewRoSoft acknowledges that mYinsanity are the favorites, they all believe that they've got a decent shot. And that's what they're showing today. They're showing some, 12 pool out of Roof. Against an early Forge from Stardust. This is going to match up pretty well for Stardust, because he's not going Nexus first or anything crazy. He's going to be able to have a cannon down in time when he scouts this. On the other hand, he won't be able to cannon, because there's nothing to cannon.
That's strangely true, but what he could do, and I mean, this is really silly, take a page out of Wiedemann's book and put 3 pylons at the top of the ramp and just lock his opponent in.
Yeah, but with the 12 pool, he's not going to be able to do that.
No, definitely not. I'm
you
just
might
saying,
get
like,
the pylons down, but it's just not going to be worth it at all.
Well, that's
the
what I said.
before any cannons finish.
Yeah, it's not a good strategy. Not
no,
against
like
this.
it is just not against 12 pool. Like MC
Exactly,
uses a
yeah.
lot. But
it's a lot better for locking your opponent in if there's like a national base already down or something for you to
yeah, like
abuse
if you go like hatchery first, it's really good. All right, so 4 lings on the way. Stardust not gonna try to cannon most likely. Just gonna get a. Actually, he's going full ballsy and getting a Nexus before the cannon here.
Well, the thing is, I don't think the probe scouted the pool, but he's got to know without the hatchery that was a pool first, and it's already completed, so might not have been able to guess it was a 12 pool, but he knows it's earlier than normal, and this poor probe, oh boy, it can die.
It buys a little time, though, against the lings, which is critical, as the cannon is going to be done in time by the looks of it. So overall, Stardust getting himself in a decent position, Roof going to get his own expansion down now as well, and from here, the game should normalize a little bit, but I feel like Stardust has a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, I mean, for Zerg play, the idea is if you go for a pool this early, you have to deal a little bit of damage with it. But at the same time, we look at this as being aggressive, and it could have just been in the defensive, like worried about Stardust himself being cheesy the way he had planned to. I mean, this may not have been like a designated all-in by any means, but it could have just been like, I need these lings out early because Stardust will probably cannon rush me, and I guess that's what ends up being, because the third base taken from Roof very, very quickly behind this.
Yeah, so it looks like he just wants to go into a pretty standard 3-hatch play, which is very, very normal against Forge Fast Expand here. And, well, Stardust behind this will... I guess we're just going to wait to see what kind of tech he wants to go for. And Immortal All-In wouldn't go amiss, just because taking that third base is super hard on this map. We saw Wellmu try it earlier against Serral, and it didn't work too well. But at the same time, Stardust did it against Life at DreamHack, and it worked to pretty good effect on this map.
I think a lot of the weird, like, the thing is, if we can, like, rewind to Habitation Station, I know we physically can't, that's time travel, what are we, Doctor Who? But if we could go back to Habitation Station, one of the things I think, if Stardust could, like, replay that game, he probably wouldn't have gone for Void Rays, I think, either. That was a weird way for that game to pan out. And, you watch StarCraft 2, and a lot of times, even if you're kind of an amateur viewer, you know what's normal, what's abnormal, right? Like, gold bases for both players quickly. Void Rays instead of anything else. I mean, these are things that you don't typically see. Now, he is going for the Stargate once again, but my fingers are really crossed here for Phoenix. I think Stardust Phoenix Control is one of the better ones that Europe has to offer. Well, I guess technically Korea at the moment has to offer, and it's something that a lot of Zerg players, even the best Zerg players, do struggle with.
Yeah, Phoenixes have the potential to just trade so unbelievably efficiently as the game goes on. Like, every now and then we'll see a game where it's like 1,500 resources lost to 0. We're not going to see that because Stardust already lost a probe, and he probably will lose another one. But still, he can still get some really good usage out of those Phoenixes. And at this point, Roof just going to be looking to drone. And in just a couple of seconds, we will know what kind of Stargate unit Stardust is going to opt for. Phoenix.
Yes. Or, I mean, that's a pretty good choice for Stardust to make, and I'm not cheering for... No, I don't know. I really... If you put Phoenixes in the hands of a good player, it's almost elegant to watch. It's almost beautiful to watch. I call it art to some degree. But there are some players who can really abuse it, too. I want to reference Monty, for example. We see him go for StarCrafts and Zotex, and you give that kid, like, 20 Phoenixes, and you're done for. Like, there's just... there's no dealing with that as a Zerg player.
I just want to point out that, like, even though it'll probably never be sniped, this Artosis pylon is the biggest Artosis pylon of all of the Artosis pylons in the world.
Right, the 3 gateways, the Stargate. Well, I guess there's the Forge.
Like, the gateway is still powered by that, but like, still, like the Forge, the Stargate, probably the cannon, and like 3 gateways being powered by it.
Is that Forge not in range of the other pylon?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
No.
Oh,
that's right. It's like an oval, not a circle. I always forget. I don't play enough Protoss.
Now, Robo coming up behind us. 4-gate Stargate aggression with +1 is really annoying to deal with, though. And we saw Roof sacrifice two Overlords to get the scout down, and he saw nothing. So he is getting he did obviously spot the Phoenixes when they started attacking him, so he is going to be getting spores, but he's just not prepared at all for the 4-gate aggression that's coming up behind it.
No, certainly not. And in the past, we've seen plenty of examples where like low amounts of Zealots, 7, 8, can tear down a 3rd without assistance, but these are going to have assistance. And unfortunately, too, with the +1 completing, this is going to make the Lings completely useless against these Zealots. They're really not going to get a lot done. And the Phoenix is burning a lot of energy right now on that Queen. Going to probably need these for the Roaches, but the nice thing is there's really not going to be a lot of Roaches either.
Yeah, Roof is supply block, too, which is going to be really painful. Stardust is going to lose his Stalker, which is pretty nice little... it's a nice pickoff for Roof. Another Queen getting lifted here as the Phoenixes continue to go to work on those. Zealots trying to get as much done as they can in this third base mineral line.
Yeah, but the Roaches actually keep getting stuck on all the other drones in that mineral line, so all the Roaches have died to the Zealots. No chance to kite whatsoever. Oh, don't lose this Phoenix Stardust. Ooh, okay, yeah. Gonna keep that alive. Now, we talked about the supply before. It's even worse as these Overlords die. Oh, this is quite messy, and as you point out, this is very difficult to hold off. But this alone doesn't necessitate the end of the game, but this is looking really rough for Roof, because what he has falling up is a very late Hydralisk Den.
And he's been supply blocked for ages.
Yeah,
and he's going to lose more Overlords, so he's going to have to make even more to be unsupplied. Like, he's still not building any Overlords. He just doesn't look like he has an answer to this.
That seems to be the case. He's taking another 3rd, but he's not exactly going to be able to defend it. Again, even if these Phoenixes don't kill Roaches, which they will, there's still enough Zealots, I feel, to deal with the ground force.
And there's an Immortal follow-up like coming. There's already Immortals in production. +1 armor on the way as well, just to continue getting those upgrades. Another predicted the Hydralisk is going to go down here.
Yeah, he's predicted the Hydralisk too, because beyond the Immortals, there's the Robo Bay finishing him too, so Colossus aren't too far off either. Nothing here looks too good for Roof.
All the Zealots are going to run home, so I guess Roof is going to be able to expand again in peace. But nope, they're turning around. They're coming back.
But this is what I was talking about. Like, this doesn't necessarily mean the end of the game for Roof, but he is in a really bad spot. And he's going to have to rely on making all of the exact right moves and Stardust making some mistakes to really turn this around. That base gets focused down so quick. Yeah, he's losing Hydralisk in the main too, picking them off one at a time as they spawn. There's no anti-air here. The Phoenix is finally dry though, so they will finally be chased off a bit, but yikes. Resources lost right now really just...
Oh my god.
Almost
that just hurts.
Yeah, 4K in the hole versus barely 1,000. And as we mentioned before, Phoenixes can just trade out so cost effectively if handled correctly. And this is only 5. This isn't even an abusive amount of Phoenix.
No, I think there was a 6th one and like 1 died, but yeah, I mean, not an abusive amount of Phoenixes at all. And no. Roof is still stuck on these 2 bases. He's going to try to take a 3rd again. Colossi, though, one of them's almost done. 2 Immortals in the composition here. Thermal Lance on the way, +1 armor almost done. Stardust is also taking a 3rd base. That's actually before the 3rd hatchery of Roof at this point.
Just worth noting, he actually hasn't lost any Phoenix. That's just how good his control with these have been so far.
Okay, wow.
Couple to get low on the Spore Crawlers, though. A lot of them are near death. They'll give it that much, but they still got some more in them. And the best thing, too, is like they kill Hydralisk so fast. You Graviton Beam, it's like an instant death if you have 5 Phoenix. It only takes 4 to do 1 volley and kill them. But Groove Spines is finishing up. Without that extended Thermal Lance, he can take a pretty decent engagement, but he's going to really need that extended Thermal Lance.
The biggest problem at this point is that, like, the majority of the army is, like, I mean, Colossi do pretty decently against Roaches, too. And there's Immortals, and there's Phoenixes, and there's Force Fields.
Jinx.
I mean, a lot of this is in Zealots, which don't do great without charge, but with the Force Fields, GG's called before the fight even concludes. 4-4, we're going to the Super Ace game here in NRS versus mYinsanity. 2nd Clan War in a row that we've been forced into a Game 9.
You know what's kind of scary though, for you guys, of course, is that there's still Wemu waiting, the alleged Korean killer at the moment, and
He's playing another tournament though. I'm not entirely sure if they're going to send him out.
oh.